I would like to do on this video the beginning of a devotional reading of the Greek text from Matthew 6 and make brief comments as I go through. Prasekete detain dikaiasunein humon me poiein imprasten ton anthropon pras ta theathenai autois ede mege mistan uk ekete parato patri humon to in tois uranois. Pay attention, pay close attention, that your righteousness not to do before men, to be theaterized by them. If not, indeed, you are not having a reward from your Father who is in heaven. Clearly here, we're to not do things just to be seen publicly by people, especially giving alms or giving, giving, public giving. We have to be careful. And then he goes on, haten un poies ele emasunen me salpisses imprasten su hosper hoi hypocritai poiusin in tais synagogais kai in tais chrumais hapos doxastosin hupaton anthropon amen lego humen apekusin tan mistan auton. And whenever you do alms, do not blow a trumpet before you as you do it, as the hypocrites, as the play actors are doing in the synagogues and in the streets, in order that they might be glorified by men. Verily I say to you, they are going to receive their reward. It's going to be only before men. But you, sude poiuntas ele emasunen me genoto he aristerasu ti poie he dexiasu. But when you do alms, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. In other words, make it a private affair, not a public affair. Hupas esu he ele amasune into kupto kai hapatersu hablepon into kupto apadose soy. That your alms, therefore, might be in secret. Don't let your right hand know or your left hand know what your right hand is doing. That your alms might be in secret, and your Father, who sees in secret, will repay you. So again, we do things not to be seen, but to be seen by the Lord. I think this is what he's saying in our alms giving. Then he goes on to talk about prayer next. Kai haten prashukestai uk eseste hos hoi hypocritai Hate philusen entais synagogais, kai entais geno goniais ton plateon eston tes plasukestai, hapos phanos tois anthropois, amen lego humin, apekusin ton miston auton. That is, but whenever you pray, do not be as the hypocrites, because they love in the synagogues and in the corners of the broad places, the streets, standing to pray, but when that they might appear to men. In other words, they want people to see them in a public way. And that was going on when Jesus was ministering publicly. So he's saying, "Verily I say to you, they are having their reward. They have their reward, but it's only a reward that men give them, not the Lord." So he goes on, Sude hatan prasuche, eis selthe eis ta tameansu kai klesas tein thuransu plasuxai to patrisu to into crypto kai ha patersu ha blepon into crypto apadose soy. But you, when you pray, whenever you pray, enter into the secret room, and some translate this closet, and when you shut the door, your door, then pray to your Father who is in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will repay you. Again, the emphasis on praying not just to be seen by people, but that your Father can see you, your Heavenly Father. Plasuhamenoi de me batalagesete hosper hoi ethnikoi, da kusengar hate ente palu lagia auton esa kuste santai. And as you're praying, do not use vain repetition as the heathen do, for they think in their many words that they shall be heard. Don't just use constant vain repetition, for your Father already knows what you have need of. Me un hamoiothete autois, oiden gar hapater humon, hon grean eketa bra tu humas itesai auton. That is, therefore, do not be like to them, for your Father already knows. He knows of which things you have need of before you ask him. What a beautiful thought. God knows our needs. So don't be like them by repeating many words to get the Father's attention, the Heavenly Father, because he knows that. Hutos un plasucheste humes. Thus, pray in this way. Pater hemon ha entois uranois, hagiasteto ta anamasu, eltheto he basileasu, genetheto ta thelemasu, hos in urano kaiapiges, tan artan hemon tan epiusian das hemon semeron. Kai Ephes or Aphes Hemon ta Aphelemata Hemon. Hos Kai Hemes Aphekamen Tois Apheletais Hemon. Kai me esenekes Hemas es perisman. Allah Rusai Hemas Apatu Paneru. That is, let your will be done as in heaven and upon earth. Give us this bread for the coming day, and forgive us our debts as we have forgiven our debtors. And do not bring us into temptation, but rescue us from the evil one. In other words, he's praying here as we look at this whole prayer. He first of all begins with worship. Our Father, the one who is in heaven, let your name be set apart. So we worship the Lord, first of all, in prayer. Then he goes on to say, let your kingdom come, let your will be done in heaven as in heaven upon earth. Let your will be realized that you have in heaven here upon earth. As we live out our lives, our prayer should be that God's will be done here, working through us as believers of Jesus, as his will has already been established in heaven. And then we're asked to forgive us. We're asked to have forgiveness for our debts as we have forgiven our debtors. In other words, forgive us, Lord, as we have forgiven. And that's a real catch 22. We need to be forgiving so we can be forgiven. And do not lead us into temptation, but rescue us from the evil one. Keep us away from Satan's temptation and rescue us from him, Lord. And then he concludes, Angar apheitetois anthropos ta paraptomata auton aphese kai humin ha pater humon ha uranias. That is, for if you forgive men their trespasses, he, your Father, will forgive you. Your heavenly Father will forgive you. Again, what a challenge. If we forgive others, the Lord will forgive us. An de me afete tois anthropos udecha pater humon afese ta paraptomata humon. That is, if you forgive men, if you do not forgive men, then neither will our Father forgive your trespasses. What a challenge. We are to have a forgiving heart if we expect, Jesus says, our Father in heaven to forgive us. I'm going to stop there and just slowly read through the Greek and the Hebrew as a devotional read. I'd like to try to do the same thing in Hebrew in the Tehillim or the Psalms. I think